Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. You probably know from a number of the interviews that I've been doing that we really have issues in our communities regarding homeless people. And it could be veterans. How about when they're children? And here's a statistic for you. On a national basis, but I'm sure this applies across the country, that up to 40% of the homeless population of children are LGBT. And that stat really stuck in my mind. And if you think about it, it certainly makes a lot of sense. Well, there's an organization that this year started up in Saratoga called Whispering Angels of Saratoga Springs, dedicated to helping those children who are homeless and have the particular challenge of being LGBT. And joining me today is Pat Friesen. You might recall, just ran for office here in Saratoga. I don't know what prompted you to do that, Pat. Welcome back.
I have no idea.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And Melanie Glennon. Welcome, Melanie.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. And she's a VP, Vice President for Whispering Angels of Saratoga Springs. That stat, Melanie, really stuck in my head. And then, like I said, if you just take an extra 2 seconds and you realize that a child that might be facing a particular challenge might be rejected at home. Mm-hmm. There's a certain fear. There's a ton of confusion about what to do. I know from my own experience with friends of mine that were just thrown out of their house, and because of just people not understanding. Mm-hmm. You know, we always kind of point to the fact that we're moving, hopefully, into an era of openness where people will engage it instead of rejecting it and moving away from it. Right. But that's not the case, right? So explain to me just a little bit about why Whispering Angels was formed.
So we have a founder, Taz Steiner. He's a social worker, and he deals directly with LGBT youth. Some in this situation who may have come out to their parents as transgender and been rejected by their families. They end up in the streets. They end up couch surfing at their friends. They may not exactly go to a shelter that's provided because of fear. And you know, with the statistic of 40%, you know, of general homeless youth being LGBT, I mean, I think that really drew us to, there's like 11 of us on the board that really drew us to this whole purpose. One is to raise awareness. We do not believe that, you know, the larger community understands the extent of the problem, especially even in our location. We've talked to some organizations that deal with this, you know, to get an idea that yes, the problem exists, but we're also raising funds to support it. And that's really what we're doing. We're not creating any new programs. We're serving existing programs that are really helping them with funds they may not have.
So you might mention Captain, or you might mention Weight House, and any of the organizations are devoted to protecting homeless children. So yeah, in that regard, then the awareness that you're raising has an educational function as well, right? Yes. Talk a bit about that.
So let's talk. A Captain's a great example, right? They have a sleep outreach program. They may bring social workers that go into the woods to help these kids. So if they actually find somebody who's transgender, they probably need some special skills to deal with that challenge, right? So that's the kind of thing that we want to help.
Sure. Now, as an adult, again, you know, if we're having an open conversation about this, you might be confused about it. You don't know what to do. It's human nature sometimes, especially with an older generation or someone that's in their 40s maybe and up, and that they wouldn't understand it. They wouldn't know how to deal with it. And of course, their choice is either to engage it or reject it. So what you're hoping there is that, let's face it, if someone's already a counselor, if someone is already giving of their time and energy to go, I get these kids and try to protect them, that the education is very useful. Useful for them, right? I'm thinking of youth. I think you could tell what I'm doing. You're always involved in some great organizations at Pat. What got you involved in this?
Well, I Taz and Sydney, who started the organization, actually bought my home. So I've known them since 2013, and they're just lovely young men. And so, you know, I've embraced them, they've embraced me, and Taz started talking to me about this organization and asked me to be on the board. And I said, absolutely. I didn't hesitate because, again, and even for me, it was a new awareness. Again, you know in your head that they're not always accepted by their families. For who they are, I mean, for who they are.
Yes, right.
And they're thrown out. And I could not fathom that, you know, as a parent. So I definitely, you know, said I want to be a part of this.
Now, you know, you're talking about this organization, about raising awareness. They have a very, very unique fundraiser that's coming up on the 2nd, which is Saturday, right?
Yes,
It's the second Saturday?
yes.
They're sleeping out. They're going to be homeless for a night. We got 10 individuals in our community who are willing to do this. And you can help by sponsoring them, making a donation. And I would encourage you to go to their website, which is whisperingangels.us. Don't forget the US, a little unusual, not .com or .org. Whisperingangels.us. And there's a ton of information on the website about this event on Saturday night, how you can sponsor somebody who's going to sleep out. And also how you could donate money, but maybe also donate some time. But you know what? I always think of these things in terms of just raising awareness. You know, if 40% of the population of homeless youth are part of this community, then there's all kinds of education that needs to happen at all levels. You know, the kids are withdrawn. They don't know what to do. And they've probably been rejected in one form or another. There's a lot of fear involved. And of course, then like I was saying, there's confusion. Right, Melanie?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of confusion.
So at any rate, I really encourage you, go to whisperingangels.us and find out about the fundraiser that's going on this Saturday night and what Pat and some other brave members of our community. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
And my dog Bella.
And yeah, don't forget the dog Bella. Are going to be. Oh, wait a minute. You're going to be extra warm with Bella.
Well,
okay.
you know, whatever it takes.
I don't mean to make a joke of this.
No.
They're really. You got to be pretty brave, pretty courageous to sleep outside. It's going to be cold out there, and they're going to do that just to help raise awareness for the organization. So really, thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
And helping raise awareness with our audience about the need to address this and address it seriously and in a way that's going to have meaningful impact. How about that, right?
Beautiful.
Okay, Melanie, great. Thanks for coming in. Pat,
Thank
great
you.
to see you as always. Don't forget whisperingangels.us. It's a problem that's a national problem, but man, it's a problem right here in our community. And to see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.